66 million years in the past, our planet was approaching the dramatic conclusion of the Mesozoic era, specifically the closing chapter of the late Cretaceous. The world looked nothing like it does today. Across continents, colossal creatures dominated nearly every environment. On land, gigantic theropods and enormous sauropods commanded their territories with overwhelming authority. In the oceans, massive marine reptiles such as mosasaurs reigned supreme, cutting through ancient seas with terrifying precision. Yet even the skies were not empty. High above forests and coastlines, airborne titans controlled the air, and among them was the most extraordinary family of pterosaurs ever known, the azhdarchids. This remarkable group of flying reptiles stood apart due to their incredibly elongated necks and limbs. They were built tall, towering above many creatures beneath them, and some members achieved truly staggering proportions. Among these giants, one name often rises above the rest: Quetzalcoatlus. So impressive was this immense flyer that it was named after the feathered serpent deity of Aztec mythology. For decades, it has commonly been described as the largest animal ever to take to the skies. However, the story does not end there. Another azhdarchid existed at the exact same time, one that may have equaled or even exceeded Quetzalcoatlus in size. This lesser-known but potentially greater titan was Hatzegopteryx. Discovery and naming. The remains of this enormous pterosaur first came to light during the 1970s. In Romania, a student-led excavation team uncovered two enormous fragments, part of a skull and a humerus bone. The size of these fossils was astonishing. Initially, paleontologists suspected they belonged to a previously unknown theropod dinosaur because of their sheer scale. Yet closer examination revealed something unexpected. The bone structure and internal composition indicated that these were not dinosaur remains at all. They belonged to a massive pterosaur. Despite the dramatic nature of this discovery, the creature did not immediately gain widespread attention. Decades passed before the fossils were formally studied in depth. It was not until 2002 that the species finally received its scientific name, Hatzegopteryx thambima. The name translates roughly to the monster of the Hatzeg Basin. Hatzeg refers to the prehistoric island where it once lived, while thambima means monster, a fitting description for such a gigantic airborne predator. Size. Estimates suggest that mature individuals possessed a wingspan comparable to Quetzalcoatlus, which is often believed to have reached up to 11 meters or around 36 feet. That width rivals that of a small airplane, similar in span to a Cessna 172. Yet even researchers argue that Hatzegopteryx may have stretched even farther. Its humerus appears longer and more robust than that of Quetzalcoatlus, prompting suggestions of a wingspan reaching 12 meters or nearly 39 feet, potentially the largest known for any flying animal in history. Even if it matched rather than surpassed its relative, Hatzegopteryx stood apart in one crucial way: its build. Whereas many giant pterosaurs were relatively slender, this species was astonishingly stocky. It has often been described as being built like a tank. Standing roughly 5 meters, around 16.5 feet, comparable to a modern giraffe, it towered over its surroundings. Its thicker bones and muscular proportions suggest that it likely outweighed other giant pterosaurs, though its exact figure has never been conclusively calculated. Because of this combination of immense height, wingspan, and bulk, Hatzegopteryx is frequently considered not only the heaviest and possibly largest pterosaur, but also the largest terrestrial predator in Europe during the final days of the Cretaceous. How it grew so large. The secret to its enormous size may lie in geography. During the late Cretaceous, Europe was not a single unified landmass. Instead, it consisted of an archipelago of islands separated by shallow seas. One of these was Hatzeg Island, roughly comparable in size to modern-day Ireland. Surrounded by hundreds of kilometers of open ocean, this island ecosystem was extremely isolated. Remarkably, there were no giant theropod predators inhabiting Hatzeg Island at the time. The absence of large carnivorous dinosaurs created a unique ecological opportunity. With little direct competition and few threats, Hatzegopteryx occupied the position of apex predator. Free from the pressures that limited other species, it was able to grow to extraordinary dimensions. Interestingly, while this pterosaur reached massive size, many of the island's dinosaurs experienced the opposite trend. Limited resources caused several species to undergo dwarfism, shrinking over generations to survive in the confined environment. This contrast created a strange ecological imbalance, a land of miniature dinosaurs ruled by a colossal flying reptile. A Frankenstein head and neck. One of the most astonishing aspects of Hatzegopteryx was its skull. Measuring approximately 2.5 meters in length, over 8 feet, it ranks among the largest skulls of any non-marine animal ever discovered. Its neck was equally surprising. Instead of a long, slender neck typical of azhdarchids, Hatzegopteryx had a shorter, broader, and far more muscular design. Studies indicate that its neck could withstand forces up to 10 times its body weight. Such structural reinforcement implies that it engaged in behaviors demanding tremendous strength, possibly striking, lifting, or subduing sizable prey. A dinosaur killer. Given these adaptations, many paleontologists believe Hatzegopteryx hunted differently from other pterosaurs. Rather than simply snatching small animals whole, it may have targeted creatures too large to swallow in a single gulp. Hatzeg Island was home to dwarf dinosaurs, including species such as Magyarosaurus, Telmatosaurus, and Zalmoxes. Though smaller than their mainland relatives, these dinosaurs were still substantial animals. Juveniles and perhaps even adults may have fallen victim to this aerial predator. Rather than lifting prey into the sky, Hatzegopteryx likely used its enormous skull as a weapon. It may have stabbed downward with its beak or delivered crushing blows, bludgeoning victims before consuming them piece by piece. Other prey and lifestyle. Dinosaurs were not its only potential targets. Evidence suggests that Hatzegopteryx was a terrestrial generalist hunter. It likely spent much of its time on the ground, stalking through forests and riverbanks, seizing whatever manageable prey presented itself. Small reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and other vertebrates would all have been vulnerable. Its long legs suggest efficient walking ability, and its robust frame indicates it was well suited for life on land, not merely in the air. Flight capabilities. Despite its bulk, Hatzegopteryx retained fully developed wings. Their structure closely resembles that of other confirmed flying azhdarchids. However, due to its massive size and heavy skull, flight must have been physically demanding. Its bones contained numerous air pockets and hollow chambers, reducing weight while preserving strength, a structural arrangement somewhat comparable to modern lightweight foam materials. Even so, launching into the air likely required a powerful quadrupedal leap, using both wings and legs to propel itself upward. Earlier theories proposed that such giant pterosaurs could soar vast distances effortlessly. More recent research suggests otherwise. It may have been capable of flight, but perhaps only for shorter periods before needing rest. Instead of long migratory journeys, flight was likely used to travel efficiently across its island territory and scout for hunting opportunities. The environment of Hatzeg Island. Hatzeg Island supported a lush subtropical ecosystem. Dense woodlands covered much of the land, interwoven with rivers and streams. Movement through this environment would have been challenging for many large animals, but Hatzegopteryx's height and mobility provided a distinct advantage. The island hosted a variety of unusual fauna, including armored dinosaurs like Strythiosaurus and numerous other reptiles and amphibians.
Smaller pterosaurs also shared the skies, though none approached the immense scale of Hatzegopteryx. Europe's warmer climate during the late Cretaceous meant that vegetation was largely tropical in character. Abundant plant life supported a complex food web, one ultimately topped by this formidable airborne predator. Subscribe to the Antique Animal Channel and follow us to explore the most powerful and mysterious ancient creatures that once ruled the Earth.